Yeah, wind's coming from all three directions.
Hola amigo, ¿dónde está svSomeday? Just kidding, I don't know Spanish. I'm trying to learn. I'm not going to be very good at that. This is our cool green screen, so we can like put ourselves in cool locations. That's not true. This is the towel because it was hot. The sun's over there. Welcome back to another episode of Sailing svSomeday. Thank you for joining us as always. So we had a pretty good sail today. It was hot. The wind wasn't blowing that bad. I mean that good. I mean, how do you do that? The wind was not good.
We didn't have a lot of wind. At one point, I think it was blowing from the south, and then it literally turned blowing from the north.
It would blow from one direction where we would set a waypoint. We're going to go to that waypoint. It's upwind. By the time we would get there, it would literally be downwind. And I don't know. It was kind of difficult. But it was still a good day. Any day sailing is a good day. I think that's a thing, right? So I took the sail over to the sail loft on Monday around lunchtime, dropped it off, and the guy called Tuesday morning, a little after 8, said that he had already gotten it fixed. It was just a UV cover on the leech of the sail and the leech line and everything that had popped out, so he just sewed it back on, and it was $160. It sounds like a lot for what it is, but we don't have a machine capable of sewing through 2 layers of sailcloth and 4 layers of the UV protection. We talked about that in our last video. It didn't make sense to have a sail ride or anything, but a few more repairs like this, we could have bought one, so we may have to investigate that, especially if we plan on doing any extended Bimini type work or Dodger. So we'll see what happens. So we got our Genoa fixed and we reinstalled it last night, and it seems to be working pretty good. We got about 8 knots of wind today. We're going about 4.5 or 5 knots out of that 8 knots, so that's pretty good. We're just kind of cruising around trying to experiment with our shape of our sail to see if we can squeeze a little bit more speed out of the wind that we do have. We're doing okay. We're learning to move the Traveler when we need to move it. The only thing we haven't experimented with is moving the Genoa track cars forward and backward to see if, or forward and aft, to see if we can do anything there. I'm not sure when to use those necessarily. We've heard some things. We haven't experimented with them. So it's really hot today. Thermometer says inside the boat it says it's 100. That's pretty hot, and the humidity's really high too. That's some decent wind now. It's also, the sun's behind a cloud, so that's pretty cool. What do you think back there?
We're not going anywhere.
Why?
Well, I have 0.2 knots of wind. I don't know why.
0.2. We should be hauling. Close hauling.
I'm driving with my foot.
You are driving with your foot. How's that working out?
I've got 2.8 knots of wind now.
Oh. If a 15 knot gust of wind comes, we're all gonna fly off this boat. That'll be cool looking.
Here comes wind.
It's kind of boring when there's no wind, huh? I can see wind right behind us coming.
Oh my.
No real sense in being out here and hanging out when it's just miserably humid and hot. When we could just be drinking whiskey. Probably time to call it a day though. Go make something to eat. Now how is it?
Now we have 4.5, or we're going 4.5 knots, and I've got 7.3 knots of wind. I'm currently on a beam reach, but that could change any second.
The wind is rather psychotic today. It doesn't know what it's doing.
It's probably how water spouts happen.
Dang.
Yeah, wind's coming from all three directions. We were able to get some more sailing practice in, so that's always good.
We were. And today is the first day when we backed out of the slip. Just like that. And I backed all the way out of the entire marina. And that's never happened before, so that's pretty exciting for me.
It was nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I think what it boiled down to is that I just stopped worrying about it. I still don't know that I could get it to go to the other side unless I, you know, did some kind of magic trick or something. I'm not beyond a magic trick. So anyway, we got our Genoa back on, so that was good. That helped out our sailing costs because it would have sucked out there today without it.
Right.
I don't know that we would have gone anywhere without it. So good job on the quick turnaround from the sail loft.
Yeah, looks great.
Those guys do a good job.
We didn't get a lot accomplished from our project list this time, but we did install a new TV. It's fantastic.
It's substantially larger, and it's 1080p LED, all that cool modern jazz that you want in a TV. And it has Chromecast built into it, so we can, you know, cast things to it from our devices, which is handy in case you want to watch Spaceballs. You're in a jam and you have to watch Spaceballs. You know what you do. We could do that.
And we also got a new antenna to go with it.
Because we have an antenna, a little tiny one mounted on top of our mast, and we only get a couple channels, and that's not good enough, I suppose.
So we decided to upgrade.
So we didn't do anything other than that, but that's okay. We have cool stuff on the horizon from our project list. If I had to pick one thing that I learned today, it would be that when backing out, I didn't turn around, did I? I didn't turn around and face the other way.
You backed out facing forward.
I backed out facing forward. However, I made small adjustments that once I turned and I was going pretty straight out of here, instead of just letting it complete the turn, I just moved it just a little bit. And a small amount of movement goes a long way when you're going backwards. What did you learn?
Well, because the wind was kind of crazy today, it seemed like as soon as I got at the helm, the boat wanted to round up.
And the second she sat down at the helm, here comes the 12 knot gusts, you know, and a 12 knot gust and from 4 knots of wind that just instantly pops up, just kind of flips the boat. Boom! I shouldn't say flips the boat.
We went from the boat sailing comfortably to all of a sudden heeled over, almost with the rail in the water, which is fine. I just wasn't expecting it, and so I didn't catch it in time, and we rounded up.
A lot of it has to do with the fact that we have a wing keel, and our draft is 3'11". It's not even 4 feet, and so, you know, I think on a wing keel, and if somebody can correct me if that's wrong, this is great, but
and with the tall rig.
Yeah, we have a tall rig, so we got a lot of square footage on our sail, and we have a wing keel. That combination seems like is more susceptible to a big sudden gust of wind than other boats. After that happened to her, I took the helm, and it immediately happened to me, what, twice in a row?
Right.
So it's a little, I don't know, it's just one of those things, I think.
Right.
On a wing keel, I think that's, I guess we've always sort of noticed that with this boat. It doesn't have a very deep keel, and it's got great big sails, and that's a recipe for going this way.
So while the wind was like that, we just moved our traveler and eased the main, and it was more comfortable, and then until the wind kind of got steady again, and then we could start moving the traveler and the main again.
Okay, other than that, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next time.
See
Peace.
you.